Hey everybody!
You're not kidding. You did a lot of changes.
I
Holy
did do a lot
shit.
of changes. I was just discussing with Tori about some changes I made. I figured new game, new us, that type of thing. So, um, got a new look. Got our chat right here in the middle. So when and if anybody joins us, we'll be able to see the chat. I also fixed the chat that way it wouldn't look all smushed and everything. So it'll be
Oh,
nice
nice.
and good looking, so we can read it. Says we already have one viewer. I assume that's you. Uh,
Yeah, it's me.
I also decided to take some time to look over how OBS works, which is the system we use to stream.
Okay.
And now I have a better setup. So I will be able to look at the stream a little bit better and manage the stream a little bit better. But so this is our streaming overlay. This is how we're going to look when we're just talking and such.
Okay.
Kind of like we're starting with now. So the whole point of this episode is I got the pre-order for the new WWE 2K24 game. I have done a very just high level, looked at a couple of things, did the first thing that I always do, which is build myself. I think that's what everybody does. So I spent like 4 hours last night doing that before I went to bed, and then got up this morning and may or may not have done that throughout my workday. So uh, I'm created in the game now. I'm contemplating, because there is a male and a female, uh, my rise this year, like there was next year.
Really?
Last year, excuse me. Um, I may or may not create my co-host just for shits and giggles. I'll need some references though if I do that. Tattoo references. Like I've got the one for the Watch Me, but like
Okay.
I need a reference for the one on the calf. And
The one on the calf doesn't need to be there.
okay,
That needs to go away. It's just a matter of time.
well that I assume you'll have high boots anyway.
That's fair.
I added a few extra to mine. I got my matching tattoo on there. Still
Nice.
haven't heard from Shaq. I need to probably actually
Yeah.
drop by there and see her and see what's going on.
She only tattoos on Tuesdays,
Tuesdays, okay.
I think.
I will keep that in mind. Obviously, I'm not going to go there today because we're streaming. So, um, maybe next Tuesday I'll drop by there. But so with that being said, here is our gaming setup.
Oh, nice. I
So,
like that.
figure it was a nice little change of pace. Whoa. Uh,
Is the chat below you, below us? Is that what that is?
Yep, the chat is there below us. So we below the chat.
Nice.
Yep. I've also got it if someone follows us up in that area where our socials are, we'll get a little notification saying that someone's followed us. Um, if someone follows us, it'll be our truth telling us, by the way. Just FYI. Because I may have had some fun and got some nice little things. If someone subscribes to us, I think it's Cody Rhodes mentions that someone's doing that. For this, some people may notice that is an Xbox screen. For this, I switched over to Xbox, hoping that GM mode would be online. Everything I've heard is that it's still not. Of course, I have not dug into it, but I assume that would be something that would be very big news if it had happened. So, main screen here, the poster boy, Cody Rhodes. Ooh, already got a new little update. There you go. All right, so I've already done this code. Nice little code that you get to get a free John Cena action figure in the game. So
Okay.
kind of a fun little thing there. Some more stuff about my faction. For the first season pass, which was announced 2 Raws ago, I believe it was. We're getting CM Punk right off the bat, so that's kind of cool. We're getting Jade as well. They hustled and get her in there, but she's in the last season pass DLC, so we're gonna have to wait a while to get her. There's also a lot of controversy about one of the DLCs. It is a Pat McAfee pack, and it says Pat McAfee co-hosts. And so, by the way that's read, you would assume it's Pat McAfee and all his co-hosts, which I'm not one of those that stands on a preface and says, all right, they're taking away a spot from somebody else. But if you scanned his minions to be in this game, I'm not sure how I feel about that. All right, so before we get too far into the game, two big events, or one big event, excuse me, and then Raw happened over the weekend. Sting is officially retired.
I'm not gonna lie, I got a little emotional.
You did. I
Watching that, I was like, I was just, it was, I don't know. It's because, like everybody said, he was such a huge part of my childhood.
yeah.
Because I was a little Stinger growing up. Was a huge fan.
See, I was actually so I didn't watch any WCW until kind of like right before the Monday Night Wars became a thing. Um, right when Hogan came over. That's when I really kind of started watching it.
Right,
Um, because mainly just like I was a cable home as a kid, and so like
right.
we watched Raw every week and watched um, Saturday night's main event and all that stuff. So Hogan going over was a big deal. So I'm like, okay, I plus past being past, I was a big Hulkamaniac. I had the shirts, I had the workout tape, I had the uh, silky looking robe that they had for kids, which was a little weird now that I look back at it of why you know little kids had silky little robes. Um, but anyway, um, when he went over, like it perked my interest, and I started looking at it, and then started looking back on Sting's career, and like we had a tape uh, rental down the street that had old wrestling tapes, and so I was able to find some old WCW stuff and see Sting, and he really was like a staple.
He was a superhero.
Yeah. That Surfer Sting character literally like could do no wrong, all the way up like to the point where like he was getting into the Four Horsemen, and then that put a rocket on his back once they kicked him out of it, and that whole thing with him
Yeah,
and Flair. You
yeah.
know, um, I do find it funny that he says that the best tag team partner he's ever had is Darby Allin, and he said that on tape. I just find that funny because he might have been, partners with a Warrior at one point.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't change the statement.
It does not. Um, Darby going hog wild in that match, jumping off the top of a ladder into a pane of glass. Oh, is it two panes of glasses?
I
Two panes of
saw
glass.
that spot. I had caught part of it on Twitter, but I was like, I don't want to see all this. I legitimately cringed, and his back looked like RVD's after that table spot with Hardcore Holly.
Yeah, it. He's a crazy little bastard. Um, but he was doing it for Sting.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I'd have done it.
Yeah. A lot of back and forth on Twitter right now because of like, should they have done that so close to the crowd? Glass was flying everywhere.
It's a fair point.
It is a fair point. Someone did bring up and something that hasn't gone viral before, and I'm surprised it hasn't. That they have that what we called the Mox clause last two times we went of, hey, if you're in the crowd, you're signing up to possibly get hit or bumped or something poured on you because we're gonna be fighting close to the crowd.
Right.
Um, so now does that stop them from having legal problems down the line if someone got some glass in their eye? I don't know, but um, I do think that maybe it may have been a little borderline. Maybe we could have done that closer to the stage, more away from people. But it was a damn good spot. It was fun to do. Hey, Morgan. Um, so yeah, I mean, it was a damn good spot. The triple stinger splash spot was fun. Having his boys out there dressed as him, and both of them looking almost exactly like him in the time that they're dressed as.
I was gonna say those boys look so much like their dad. It's crazy.
Well, and someone posted a picture of Sting like in the '80s, and the one that was dressed as Surfer Sting, and I'm sorry, I don't know their names,
I don't know their names either.
but the one that was dressed
But
as
he
the
has
Surfer
like a
Sting,
YouTube gaming channel.
yeah, I just saw that like before we got on. But aside from the fact that his face is a little chubbier, like he is just dead on '80s Sting, like he looks exactly like him. Um, and I've seen a couple of screen grabs of the other one that was dressed as Red and Black Sting doing the Stinger Splash, and I mean the facial, like it
Yes.
looks like Sting
They,
in the
yes,
'90s.
the two of them.
So Jesus Christ,
It was a great touch.
yeah,
It did not take away from the match at all.
no, not at all. Um, I have yet to watch that pay per view. Is there anything else you want to talk about or bring up that you saw or
Um, Mariah May can pull off Tony Storm cosplay like no one's business.
so I saw the picture of that initially. DNA is crazy, Morgan. Absolutely, it is. Um,
The
and
match was pretty good. I wasn't happy with how they ended it, but it wasn't bad.
yeah,
Just personal opinion on the ending. I wouldn't have done it. The what was supposed to be big meaty men slap and meat match was meh and totally predictable.
well, I think they stripped it of that identity when all the big guys that were going to be in it weren't going to be in it.
Because Miro's hurt and I don't remember who the other one was. Somebody else was hurt, so they couldn't be in it.
Yeah. Speaking of Miro, did you see him on Twitter? Kind of. I don't know if serious or not because Miro's that one where it's like he rides that line on Twitter, or whether he's actually beefing with someone or not.
Yeah.
He kind of popped off about Tony not knowing he was injured, and he said something like, I have a doctor's visit that happened back in January. I'm sorry that you didn't know that I'm out." I'm like, oh shit.
I wonder if that's um I didn't tell you compared to you just didn't know because you don't pay attention.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Like I he could be pulling the thing that they did WWE where it's like I'm kind of trying to get out of this, so maybe I'm gonna pop off at the mouth and see what happens, or because I mean, as far as I understand, they haven't done with him what they've promised, and then they bring CJ in, and then
And
they
it just
basically
give it to
redo
her.
that horrible gimmick of she's with somebody else.
Well, but the with somebody else was just supposed to be as a manager. It wasn't.
Right. It wasn't. There was a couple of the promos that kind of tiptoed that line a little bit. Um, so but still, like
But
even
Andrade's
having
gone
her,
anyway, so
yeah, even having her manage somebody else though,
I agree.
bring her in and put it with Miro. Like that's just that's a winning combination all the time. It's like if they brought I forget his name now, but Adrian in, if they brought him in and didn't put him with Miro, well, why not? The whole Rusev Day thing was
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
So, but whichever. Raw was pretty good. I enjoyed Dominic getting the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, I and now JD's in a tournament. I just,
I I
what are
do
we doing with this?
I do enjoy though. They went back there for JD to plead his case, and it's like, all right, plead your case to me. And 2 sentences in, they go to commercial. I found that kind of funny. Um,
Right.
yeah, I don't know where they're going with it. I want to bring up that match, one, because it was fun seeing Dom get his ass whooped. Two, because during that match, Cole and McAfee both brought up the Sting match. Um, More of this,
Very,
please.
very classy on their part.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
at some
like
point,
we were talking about
yeah, go ahead.
when we were talking about when you mentioned it to me. This acting like you're the only game in the world is stupid and just makes you look dumb.
Yeah,
When you bring somebody over who's done something somewhere else, like if MJF were to come over, you can't pretend he wasn't who he was.
right. It's just dumb to act like they don't have somebody else out there
Right.
that they're working with. Um, and the hope is, Christian's hitting that line here pretty quick, and Edge has already said like this is his last run. He wanted to do this run with his best friend, and so they're both slowly out the door. Hopefully that comes when they do it too. Of hey, we just want to say congratulations for the last match of Adam Copeland, or if you want to call him
Yeah.
Edge or whatever. But
And they should.
yeah,
You can't pretend like these people haven't been a huge part of both WCW and WWE.
yeah. It's yeah, it's crazy for them to think that they can continue that, and I don't think they will. I think that's kind of part of this. Um, he knew he who shall not be named. Um, Someone wrote a meme about him of like, what do you think he's doing at home right now? Hearing them talk about Sting and AEW on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, he lost his mind.
Yeah. Speaking of which, he sold another 70 million.
I saw he's selling his stock off.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he's finally realizing that like he needs to cut bait and get the shit out of there. All right. So all sorts of things this year. You got the showcase mode, which is the 40 years of WrestleMania. I haven't even touched into this yet, so I'm gonna just open it up and we can see what's in there. Oh,
Corey Graves. I can't hear him.
I so I have it in um, creator safe mode, which means that anything that could be copywritten is out.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
so we will hear this on our own later. So welcome to the 2K showcase of the Immortals. Looking back at nearly 40 years of WrestleMania. I'm gonna go ahead and give a free warning. Well, it looks okay, good. So it doesn't look like it's giving us all of what we can see, which is good. Okay. Um, they do have matches of Brock Lesnar in here. They have locked him in everything else, though. Um, you can't get his character. Even
Really?
yeah, even so. Status, who's a wonderful creator. I need to remember to go ahead and put him in the comments to kind of shout him out for this. Um, he's found ways to get into the files of like My Rise, Showcase, and all that, and pull the characters out. Right. Day one, people are hounding him of like, how do we get Brock Lesnar? How do we get Brock Lesnar? To each their own. But he has said they put tags on it that if he was to pull them out of there and put them on community creations, you couldn't download it anyway. Like, so they have
Wow.
locked him down.
Good.
Yeah. So crazy.
If this
Um,
all comes out and he's not the person they're talking about, I'll apologize.
yep, absolutely.
But until then, fuck him.
Yep. But so he's in here, I think, one or two matches that were already in the game. Obviously, they couldn't rewrite the entire showcase after everything came out, but they did what they could. They locked him down. Can't have any of his stuff. But I think like obviously like the Taker match that kind of had to be in there. Um, him beating Taker was a big deal.
Shouldn't have been him.
It should no.
We said that at the time. I've
Uh,
been saying this since then. It should not have been him.
I still hold that it should have been one of two people. It should have been Punk because I think if they would have let Punk beat Taker, even though that wasn't the main event, I think that might have given a little to appease him because you beat the
Yeah.
streak. At that point, 18 I think was where he was at, like 18-0.
21.
Was it 20 when Punk? When
20 or 21.
oh really?
Oh, you're talking about when Punk wrestled
Yeah,
him?
when Punk wrestled him, I think it was like 18.
Uh, yeah, I think so. That sounds right.
But like that's the one he was mad about because he wanted the main event and they gave him the Taker match. But I think if they would let him beat Taker, that might have appeased him a little bit, maybe kept him around. And then just imagine what would have happened going forward from there. But so
CM Punk was 21.
21, really? Oh,
Yeah.
so he was the one right before 21-1
Yeah.
because Lesnar was the next year. I guess that
Yeah.
makes sense because it was a Paul Heyman guy and then a Paul Heyman guy. They could have kept that story going, yeah. So the first two matches we can see in here for this mode is you got the classic match. When anybody ever talks about like what's your perfect wrestling match, they usually talk about Steamboat and Savage, WrestleMania 3. So that's one of the matches. With that, you get to unlock this version of Steamboat, this version of Macho. You also get George the Animal Steel, which I think is the first time he's been in the game.
Yeah.
I think. And another one that's the first time she's been in the game is Miss Elizabeth. So she'll officially be a manager in the game. And then it is a repeat from I think 3 versions of 2K ago. When they did the showcase of the Immortals on that one, you do got Andre versus Hogan. Yeah, it's what it is. The thing that I hate about it is that you got to play Hogan. I'd rather play Andre.
You have to be
You
Hogan?
have to be Hogan. Yeah.
I'd rather go play in traffic.
I am intrigued. So when I start playing this at some point this week, I'm intrigued to do the opposite of the win condition because in the last few showcases that they've done, they've had alternate endings of like what would have happened. Like the one I think last year they had the John Cena in the ECW arena for One Night Stand, and if you let John Cena beat you, it's like a riot in the game.
Seriously.
Not like a full on riot, but it's like it like the fans going crazy. Like it shows what would have happened. So that's kind of cool. I've
Well,
already
and
heard that there.
it also gives you kind of a behind the scenes of this is what was next, and this is,
Yeah. I have seen one. Well, I haven't seen it, but I've heard of already that the one for the Razor Ramon Shawn Michaels ladder match. If Shawn wins, there's an alternate ending to it. It doesn't just say like you failed and you move on. It shows you an alternate ending, and then you get to go back. So
Interesting.
that'll be fun. Um, so that's what we see in that so far. Go ahead and go through some of the match types here because they've added a few match types. So the first thing is they've added a gauntlet match. So that's a lot of fun.
That's nice.
I've already seen some guys play it online. 3 different versions of
War
it:
games.
main gauntlet, gauntlet eliminator, gauntlet turmoil. Yeah, War Games is returning from last year, so that's awesome that that's back there.
Tournaments? Oh,
Yep.
we do love a good tournament around here.
Yep. Tournaments have been in the game for a while. This year, from my understanding, they've made it so you can do a little bit more as far as like the King of the Ring and stuff.
Okay.
It's been there before, but kind of fun. Now I'm not seeing the stuff here. Oh, maybe this. There we go. So they brought back special guest referee. So that's a nice little thing. And with that, they actually mixed it with the creation suite this year, so you can create referees. which immediately made me think Aubrey's going to be in my game at some point because that's happening. Um,
Hell yeah.
but not only that, you get to kind of recreate. So, like Trish is in the game, you could recreate Trish's ref attire that she's worn over the years, um, and actually make that an attire for her, so she's not just coming out there in like a oversized ref shirt. So that's kind of fun. They brought back the casket match. When I say brought back, I think originally it was the Buried Alive match that they had before, not the actual casket match, but
One point we had a very live match,
yeah.
yeah.
So casket match is in, ambulance match is in, which is a lot of fun. They've expanded the backstage brawl. Originally, it was just one on one. Now they've expanded, I believe, to 4 people can do it. Um, it can be like a all 4 against each other, or 2 tag teams, or what have you. Um, I think that's it as far as the modes. Um, except for now, you can do. They've added where you can do a title in the Royal Rumble. That's the first time in forever that that's been happening. So it can actually be for the title and not just for a shot at WrestleMania.
Nice.
Um, that's a nice little addition to it. And actually, before I go too far into that, let me. So here's some of the arenas that they've added this year. Um,
The mixed match challenge.
yep.
Nice.
So they've got that in there. Here, actually, I'm just going to go all the way to the beginning. So Backlash, Clash of the Castle, kind of some regular ones there. ECW One Night Stand is there though, so that's a lot of
Nice.
fun. PWJ, which is kind of their ripoff of Japan. That's kind of what they use for Japanese matches in the My Rise. King of the Ring is there. Old Main Event. You got both
Wow, that is old.
NXT and 2.0. All the NXT special
Very
ones
cool.
that they had in there. They have the Performance Center, so you can actually do stuff in there. They have Queen's Crown
Nice.
as well as King of the Ring, so if you want to do
Okay.
the Queen's Crown thing. Uh, old Raw, new Raw. Royal Rumble's in there. Old SmackDown, new SmackDown. Looks like we got an 88 SummerSlam already in there. More Games is in there. Nitro and Halloween Havoc. The WCW version. A lot of locked ones in here. WrestleMania 39's in there.
That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then I've heard through the grapevine that they've already promised WrestleMania 40 is going to be in here at some
Nice.
point as DLC. So that's kind of cool that they already did that. And then you can also do just basic live events. The smaller crowd, smaller venue, all that stuff. Speaking of live events, did you see the shenanigans that the women did at one of the latest live events? So it was Damage Control versus Becky, Bianca, and I don't remember who the third was. And they're in the 3-on-3 tag match. One of them jumps down to chase one of the others around the ring. They get a full lap around the ring to where the faces are, and then the next face drops down to chase the heel that's chasing the face. And then when they get to the heels, one of the heels jumps down to chase the face that's chasing the heel that's chasing the face. And they do that around the ring a couple of times. Um, just one of the many reasons why live events are awesome.
Right.
Going an event for TV is fun and all, but those live events just have fun little things that you never expect to happen.
Wednesday on Dynamite, we get Stat versus Riho.
Wow, where'd that come
I
from?
don't, I don't know.
Knowing
I
Tony,
just,
probably nowhere. Probably
the
Rio.
Rampage.
Probably Rio was like, "Hey, I haven't had a match in a while."
That Nyla Rose promo was so good.
It was. She's a national treasure. If you haven't seen it, what she's referring to is she's going to go to a lower wrestling company, and
Small.
yeah, and tag with someone. And she did this promo for it, and it was as if like, well, the check hasn't cleared, and I'm supposed to promote it, so yeah, come watch this pay per view, but it's how's it a pay per view if it's free? And so she's like downplaying it, and then she gets a text from the person who says, "Hey, the check's cleared. You should have the money in your bank now." And she's like, "Hold on, wait a minute." And so then she gets excited. It's like, "Come see them!"
Yeah, that
Oh,
was so good. So I guess one of Sting's kids, the one that was dressed in red and black,
yeah,
his name is Steve Borden.
nice.
He's like, "Don't shame your dad. Don't shame your dad. Do not shame your dad." Jumps. It shows him doing the stinger splashes.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little awkward, but he's not a wrestler,
He's athletic as fuck. He was a tight end at Kentucky.
really.
Yeah,
I knew he was a football player because that, if I
yeah,
remember right, that's the one that he always talked about playing football. Um, Obviously the other one more went the other way,
yes.
playing Dynasty or Destiny. I don't know, one of the two. Um, My Rise, you have My Rise Unleashed and My Rise Undisputed. Unleashed is the male, Undisputed is the female. I do find it funny that the My Rise Unleashed logo is basically just the DPW logo. I don't know why they did that, but for creations this year, you can create a superstar, an entrance, a victory, a move set, a championship, a Money in the Bank, an arena, a show. You can make your own
Nice.
custom matches. This year they added signs, so you can actually have your own signage out in the crowd if you create a wrestler. Um, so as you create, or
I'm assuming you created signs.
I'm I'm not going to say, huh? You're going
I'm
to need me to
assuming
create.
you created signs.
I did not create signs yet. No. I am going to though because my Twitter on my character is our Twitter, and so I'm going to totally put our emote stuff that I was going to turn into T-shirts on signs. That's going to happen. So we're going to have a By God Sonic shirt, a Sonic sign. Um,
That works.
so that is going to happen. Um, and you can create a video. Your videos used for entrance videos.
Okay.
Speaking of entrances, so every year, like you have to kind of pick superstar entrance stuff that kind of will match what you're wanting to do without it looking like them. This year they
Okay.
actually added some generic ones, so it's like generic colors and
Okay.
symbols and stuff. So kind of listened a little bit to us. You still can't do your own music. The whole EULA thing of not putting copyrighted
Yeah.
music out there. I kind of understand it. I still think they could let you get away with it locally and just not let you upload that music, but I don't know. They pay a lot smarter people than me to do that.
Right.
So I'm going to go into this just real quick so we can see the creation suite a little bit. We can kind of check out my character already. So face, body, attire. So the body in previous games, talking about like back when Yuke's part of it, you could do custom body type stuff. You can make the stomach bigger. You can make the arms bigger. All that. Now they have generic size templates. That's still a big fight in the creation community of hey, we'd like to be able to adjust body types because not everybody is the same body type. Um,
Right.
but so here's kind of where we're at. That shirt's going to change to a kicking out of two shirt at some point. Um, but I ran out of time. So as you can see, you got the different slots down here at the bottom. So I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me pointing at the screen. Uh, under the first attire, that's the ring attire. That's why that's a little spot is the ring attire. Next to that is a silhouette. That's if I didn't have a custom image of myself already, then that would be the one that shows up as the on-screen to pick it. Next to that, with a little suit, that's the manager attire. So if, like for instance, I talked about creating you. If I create you and I do me as your manager, I will automatically come out in that attire every time.
Oh, okay.
So nice little setup there. And as you can see down at the bottom, right above the number 15. By the way, we're only at 15 people. If we can get 5 more people, we'd really appreciate it, so we can have some more fun with this Twitch thing. Um, it says set referee. If I create another attire, I can set it as the referee attire, so I could have my own style of referee instead of being the basic coming out there in just a referee shirt. There is a couple of things that they're already seeing that's wrong with it. Um, One of the major things is last year, if like if I wanted to do this little logo I've created on the side here, that little logo there. Last year, if I put that logo on there, no matter how many times I put it on there, it counts as one logo. This year, if I put that on there a second time, it takes another slot away. And so they're trying to get them to fix that now because that makes it a little hard to create new wrestlers, especially ones with extravagant attires like, for instance, like Monet. Some of her attires involve so many logos that
Okay.
end up repeating itself, and you can really run out of slots quickly. Out there. Online's basically the same as it was last year. Community creations. You have your image uploader where you upload your own images, where you can upload your own stuff to the servers, and then stuff you can download. Just for giggles, let's peek in here and see what kind of stuff we're seeing already. Keeping in mind, it's only been out 24 hours.
Yeah.
Switch over to most downloaded. Okay, it looks like what's the status is already the highest person downloaded. He's put up a lot of stuff. So like he put up the rock that they have in the game doesn't have his new tattoo that he's got. He went in there and edited it already and put it up there. Looks like we got a Sting out there already. See what that looks like. Not terrible. Could be better though. Not that I could do any better. Looks like he got BFAB ported in there too. Kathy Kelly's in the game too, which is insane to think.
Awesome.
I'm not sure why she's wearing like Wilma's dress, but
Apparently, she's wearing a flapper's dress because that's awful.
um,
Very cool.
yeah. So
All right, let's see the GM.
all right, let's jump right into it. Well, I figure let's look at it. We can maybe just kind of play around with one real quick, see what it looks like. Again, we're not going to be able to hear this. We can listen to that later. We've got our wonderful normal SmackDown GM as our tutor. So, becoming a GM, welcome to my GM. Your first big choice will be to select a GM to manage your brand. So, same as last year on that. So, this year we have Adam Pierce. Now, some of the specialties have changed, so we're going to kind of go through those too. So, in this case, ×2 per season. What that means is that you can now do this twice in a season.
Okay.
So some of them have this, you can do it twice. Increases the levels of all active rivalries by 2. So 2
That's
times in a
huge.
season, he can do that.
That's huge.
Yep. Sonya Deville's back 2 times per season as well. Power cards in the store are free and grant 2 copies when purchased this week. So if you see like this lineup I really like, and I would like to have a lot of those, you can do that and get them free
Nice.
and 2 copies of it. Stephanie McMahon's in again, earned twice as much money from arena attendance this week. Xavier Woods is back. So, select a superstar from the opposing brand's roster. They will permanently. This is where his changed a little bit because last year it was just you take them on. They will permanently be on your roster next week. The selected superstar may not be a title holder and not usable in weeks 1 or 25. So
makes sense.
Yep. Tyler Breeze is back. Quick recovery. All your superstars immediately recover 15 stamina. I think that's the same as his was last year too. I think it's still a great card though.
That wasn't his last year.
Was it not? I thought it was. But
no.
This one I know is different because his dealt with Legends last year, if I remember correctly. So backstage booking, double all show logistic bonuses this week. Excludes arena capacity, ticket costs, and show quality.
That could be big.
Yeah. Mick Foley select an opposing brand. 2 superstars who participate in their show next week will be injured. Selected at random, cannot be used on week 25. So you immediately injure 2 of their superstars. Ted DiBiase's in this year. 2 times per season, all matches are free to book this week.
You know how handy that would be at a pay. It's only been once,
Mm-hmm.
but at the right pay-per-view,
Well, and this one's 2 times
on a
per season.
sale. Yeah.
So yeah, like imagine holding on to one of those until WrestleMania, and just
Right.
go hog wild at WrestleMania. William Regal's in this year. Welcome back, William Reeves. Select an opposing brand. All superstars on their roster lose 5 popularity at the start of next week. Paul Heyman is in this week as well, or this year as well, excuse me. Special counsel. All promos this week are free and have the results doubled. Playa. Got Teddy Long. Just a
You
minute,
should
Playa.
randomly get to book a match that involves The Undertaker.
That's what it should be, shouldn't it? It should be either that or it's like all tag matches are free. Remove all match bonuses and quality boosts, plus set match XP gain to very low for all opposing brands next week's show. Then, of course, you can do the custom one. Select a superstar on your roster to immediately increase their level to 20 and become legendary. So, just because we're messing around, I'm going to go ahead and throw this on here. So, choosing a brand, just like your GM choice, the brand will also have a unique power card. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. So, SmackDown, 6 random superstars on your roster will have their popularity increased by 6.
Okay.
Raw, select an opposing brand to have 3 randomly selected superstars that cannot be booked in matches next week. NXT, title matches booked for this week will receive a large match rating boost. 2.0, reduce the price of the next 3 superstars you purchase this week by 50%. WCW, extend the duration on all contracts currently on your roster by 3 weeks. Extreme Rules, 2 times per season, block all opposing brands from using 3 randomly selected champions in next week's show.
That's huge.
That's insane. So that's our shows. I would pick ECW, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a little hint because I've already seen some stuff. There are no women's champions in ECW. Because there was no women's champions in ECW.
That sucks.
I wonder if that's why, because the ECW and Paul Heyman, those 2 perks are huge. And I wonder if that's why. It's like to compensate. Like, we know we have no women stuff in this one, and we're sorry. Down on there. The opposition, now you select your rival GMs, yada, yada, yada. So that is a CPU, just so we can kind of see. Why not do Tyler Breeze? Yes. So difficulty, they've actually added a difficulty this year. So you have easy, you have normal, you have hard, and you have extreme.
Oh, wow.
That's for the AI, excuse me. Game difficulty, easy, normal, hard, and extreme. And as you can see, you change the difficulty and it shows you. So like on this one, it didn't show us the difference. This shows us the difference. So easy, 1 mid-card match during regular shows, 2 during PLEs, no budget reduction in later seasons, low morale thresholds for keepers and superstars quitting, reduced injury chances, starting assistance from Triple H. As you go higher, more stuff gets added to it. So 2 mid-card, 3 on PLE, as you get it to extreme. Increase stamina and cash cost of matches, so things get a lot harder as you go further up the card there. Budget is the same this year, 3.5 billion, excuse me, million. For the orders, they've added also round robin this year.
Interesting.
So that's kind of cool. I was never a big sports guy, so I don't know exactly what that means. Fans rotate through turn order from week to week. The brand who takes the first turn this week takes their turn last in the following week. Okay, so it's like Snake Order, but different if you have 3 or 4 people.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. There's reverse bank too. Reverse rank. Turn order is determined by rank. That's kind of cool. So whoever's number 1 gets to go last. Huh. All right. Shakeups are still on. They've said that they've tweaked shakeups this year, but they haven't given any information on what that means. So
that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Draft pool, you still have default or custom.
Ron Breaker just threw Andre Chase up in a back suplex and like a belly to back.
Yeah.
But he was going to land on his stomach. He caught him and turned it into an RKO.
Chase did?
No, Braun did.
Braun did. Okay.
Damn.
I mean, either way, that would have been cool. Because if Chase would have popped out of the belly to belly, turned it, that'd have been cool. Auto draft, you can have offer on. Match unlocks. So the unlocking this year is different as well. So you can have the classic, which is each few weeks something gets added and you have to buy it. But now you start with a few match types that are unlocked, and additional ones become available by improving your brand. So with this way, if you're doing better than me, you'll get access to matches and arenas before I will.
Okay.
So another little like tweak that can happen in there, where if I'm against the 8-ball, I'm really against the 8-ball, because you might have, better matches, better arenas than I do, and now I've got to find a way to catch up.
The WWE draft has begun. Who will be the first pick?
Oh, but we can hear Michael Cole apparently.
Awaiting SmackDown's top choice.
You can't?
No.
On the stream, watching the stream?
Oh, I don't have that sound on.
Okay. Building your roster, when thinking about your choices, consider the ring level, which is new this year, the role and class of your superstar. A superstar can play the role of a fan favorite or rule breaker. To get the best matchups, you should pair them against each other. Speaking of matchups, you'll also want to pair different classes with each other to get the best ratings: Giants versus Cruisers, Bruisers versus Fighters, Specialists versus anyone. You'll find the goods and bads when you mix and match different classes, so make sure to take notes. So now they have ring level this year, though. So Superstar's ring level will determine how well they will draw crowds and viewers. Even if you book a bad match, fans will still come pouring in if the Superstar has a high enough ring level. So that's where they're combating a little bit what we complained about last year, which is, well, if I want to put a Bruiser against a Bruiser because I think it would be a good match, then that should be able to happen. Now it can happen if you look at the ring level. And if that ring level is high enough on both of them, it won't matter that they don't match.
I gotcha.
We got stamina and popularity, which is the same as it was last year.
Okay.
We'll do just a quick.
a big name to start with, and she knows it.
SmackDown selects Seth freaking Rollins.
SmackDown GM deliberating pick number 3. Raw's GM ready to turn in their third selection. Pick number 4 from SmackDown's GM.
SmackDown drafts Nikita Lyons.
An important choice at number 5 for SmackDown.
Kind of run through this draft real quick.
SmackDown drafts Nikita
Speaking of which, Nikki Cross is back
Nice.
as Nikki Cross, not Nikki ASH.
Good.
It's another big pick for Monday Night Raw. The next member of SmackDown is about to be picked.
SmackDown picks Angelo Dawkins.
Angelo Dawkins is bringing the smoke to a new night.
Education paying off for Woods. This guy's a great pick here.
Speculation who joins SmackDown next.
SmackDown chooses an LA Knight.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has a lot to say about it.
When you fight like him, success is only a matter
All right, so now we're in the optional drafting. So same as last year, you have to draft up to a certain point. Past that, you can keep going if you want to.
Right.
SmackDown chooses
Just for giggles, I'm going to grab Zoe's heart.
The undeniable
Zoe's
Zoe
already getting
Stark, ready to fight on a new night.
And Big E.
Xavier Woods knows she's full of unrealized potential.
So. We are done with the draft. Whoa.
Did you back all the way out?
I didn't think I backed out at all. Well, that's interesting. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw auto draft on. See if we can get past that.
The wait is over. It's now time for the WWE Draft.
Doo-doo. Was not aware that the auto draft would be me just sitting here watching a draft.
Some big names picked.
Right. Let's try this again.
Team Red has been assembled.
And here's the lineups after the draft. Let the games begin.
All right. Hall of Fame's back, so you get your Hall of Fame trophies awarded through the season. So it does start off with the messages screen again. Message screen has been updated a little bit this year, though. Now I can go through and read different messages at different times.
Oh, nice.
They have added, from what they've said, 22 different types of conversation. So hopefully we will get different responses than we've gotten before. Tonight is the night, debut show. We have high hopes for you. Cannot wait. Got a breeze. Hey, Woods. Just wanted you to know. Hey, talking smack. Gotcha. Start off by adding your championships. Another thing's been changed this year is you don't just do your main title. You actually get to start all of your titles right off the bat.
Okay.
So let's see.
And you can toggle back and forth between men's and women's. That's nice.
Yeah. So SmackDown men's tag. Let's do Johnny
grab my water. I'll be right back.
Okay. Just for giggles, Tiff's going to be our world champ.
Nice. He will be eventually.
Valhalla's there. She doesn't have her horns though, so
Michael Cole won't appreciate it.
I love that Michael Cole's just having fun. Like,
You can tell he's just having a good time.
yeah. And I want to know who told her to do that, because she did not get up on that thing herself and put those antlers on him.
She might have.
Might have. I don't know though. That seems like one of the, like, someone in the back is like, hey, go put your headdress on
Just
him.
rip Michael Cole.
I could almost see that being a Triple H thing. Just kind of
Right.
as a rib. So Journal's back this year, excuse me. Commissioner Gold's still there. The challenges have moved from the last screen to the main screen now. So now you
Okay.
can kind of see the challenges as they come along. This is where you can view the current season's challenges and their progress. Completing challenges will reward you with additional power cards. Completing 5 within a season will get you a Hall of Fame trophy. The same as last year on that. GM Assistant. So this is the same as last year. The same thing we constantly accidentally hit as we were going along. They also have new cards. So select an opposing brand to start next week with 0 scouting points, because that's another thing they've added this year is scouting. So to book a show, every show has a certain number of matches. That's the same as last year. The show logistics have changed a little bit, as I said. So now we have, it's a little easier to look at, a little easier to maneuver. And also, you get to add these things whenever you have the money available to do it and whenever it unlocks. So that's where it's like the better you're doing, the more you can unlock it
I
yourself.
gotcha. Okay.
Like if I wanted to, I could go ahead and get the concert hall because I have $100,000. Not going to. But it also makes it where you can change your focus on what you're focused on. So
Right.
if I want the show to look great, even if it's in high school, then I can focus on the other stuff, the effects, to make it look better and have a smaller crowd.
Gotcha. Okay.
Managed roster is the same. However, this year, instead of free agency, it's talent scouts.
Okay.
So each week you'll be granted 5 talent scouts you can utilize to find the best superstars that fit the needs of your roster. So where last year it was just a random group of, 15
Right.
people, now you can actually scout for what you need. Hey, I need a heal this.
Okay.
So you'll be allowed to view 4 lower level superstars for free.
The Paragon J. Pierce. I bet you that's a winner right there.
He was in the My Rise last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was a winner. Mei Lee's also fun. Here you'll find the search criteria to utilize when searching for superstars. These include rank, gender, role, class, and promo skill. The more specific the search criteria, the more talent scouts will be required when searching for superstars. So as you add more criteria to it, you use more of your scouts to do it. So like if you see here, if I need this to be a male, 2 of my scouts will be done, and it's $1,000 to look for it.
Okay.
Power cards. That's the same
Keep
as it
going.
was
I'm
last
going to
year.
the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll wait till she comes back. Morgan, you still there with us? I would not blame you if you left. Not the most entertaining episode we've done, I'm sure. We can use some of these just for fun. Start booking a show just for giggles.
All right, I'm back.
All right. So, going through match types here, one of the things you'll see is on the match type, you unlock new match types based on what tier you're on of your logistics.
Oh,
So, like,
okay.
you have to be tier 2 for that, tier 3 for that, and so on. Another little, like,
Did they
strategical
change the
thing.
price? Go to the backstage roll. They dropped the price down.
They did drop the price down. And then I also added some new things. So you can do backstage brawl for tag team. And you want to read that there.
Or escaping the cage.
Well, yes, but read the green there.
Oh, 1,000 fans and resolve any rivalries, granting an additional 1,000 fans. Oh, shit.
So now we can resolve a tag team rivalry at
In
any
a
point
cage.
just by throwing it in a cage.
Nice.
So nice
So
that
we
they've
don't.
added
So you
that.
don't. So we don't have to cut people just in a rivalry.
Yep. And it looks like, yep, it's the same for one-on-one. So cage matches is that for one-on-one.
Okay.
Oh, so submission no longer does that. Okay.
Okay. Go back to special guest referee for a second. We're out for ref 1 plus chance. Okay, we'll rule in favor of the selected superstar. Oh, okay.
So a lot of cool little things they've added there.
I like that. I like that the different match types have more than one option, because that was part of our complaint was you couldn't do stuff.
Let's see about interferences here. Okay, looks like interferences are the same. We just get run in or GM,
Okay.
which is fine. I have to get used to that. I think that'd be a fun little tag team.
Otis and Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Otis
So
and Shawn Michaels if we're talking to R-Truth.
that shit is so funny.
So Up Down Down yesterday did a stream for the official launch day, and they had Johnny and Tommaso, R-Truth, and Woods sitting there. And so Woods is like introducing because Johnny and Tommaso just sat down. He's like, all right, we
Right.
got Johnny Gargano, and Truth goes, Shawn Michaels, man, that's the Heartbreak Kid. Oh yeah, that's right, that's that's the Heartbreak Kid. It's like,
What's funny is the thing on Monday, he was like, I don't want to like this, but I love it.
yes.
Like,
Um, well, and then so they did the same gimmick with Champa, and he goes, it's Degeneration X. Well, it's Regeneration X because they're regenerated, and so that's the gimmick now is that he thinks that they're regenerated versions of Shawn Michaels. My favorite though is
absolute treasure.
when he was sitting
Very.
outside Shawn Michaels' office, and he was like, Shawn Michaels was off camera, and he was like, now, Johnny Gargano, I see a lot of Shawn Michaels in you, man. I like you're gonna be big because I see a lot of HBK in you, and then it pans over and it's HBK at the door. He just kind of slowly shuts the door. Promos got a little upgrade too. So we got self
Okay.
promo, we got call out, we got role change, we got advertising, we got charity, we got
Okay.
class change.
Oh,
So if you don't like the class this person is, change it.
so when we get one of those and we're like, that's really stupid, we can
Mm-hmm.
change it.
Yeah. Well, and the cool thing about it is you can have them, from my understanding, we'll see. Hold on, I'll read it here. Swaps the current class of the performer to the class selected as their bonus class perk. See the superstar details on the screen. You have training, increase the selected superstats ring HP or XP, excuse me.
Okay.
And we have team call out.
I'm a big fan of that.
You have self promo as we did last year. So nice little addition to it. Still nothing to change their promo skill though.
Yeah, that sucks.
But it is what it
But
is.
I will say, for the last couple, they've improved things each time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that'll be one of the things in the next one is like basically promo class.
Well, and maybe even in this one, because remember they added a lot of stuff just in last year's as we
Yeah.
went along. So
Yeah.
that could be something that they end up adding. I'm gonna go ahead and here's the last screen. So last screen looked very similar as it did last year. Just gives you your revenue career
Oh,
challenges
okay. And it's got the different. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's just the same thing there. Gives you all the stuff there.
The difference is though, go back to that.
Mhm.
It shows you, and I'm all pointing again like you did, that you're going to get the Hall of Fame trophy, and here's how you're going to do it.
Yep.
So does it give you more than just those, or is it you get through those and it gives you a different one?
So from my understanding, the revenue in the fan is its own. So as you get up to the top there,
Okay.
so like revenue, for instance, $100 million. If you reach $100 million, you're at tier 5 of revenue. You get that trophy.
Okay.
So.
Interesting. Okay.
Nice little bonus there. We'll run through a match real quick, or a show real quick. Just to see what that looks like. And welcome to the first show. Show looks about the same.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that needed really much of an update from last year. Match rating. We already know about that. Thanks, sir. Start a rivalry. We already know about that. Thanks, sir. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and simulate his whole show. So post screen, we still have the curve. It shows us what we should be booking like. So first one's and last one is supposed to be our best
Right.
of the card. The mid card needs to be lower. Looks like this is about the same. A little easier to read though.
Yeah.
So that's good. Raising viewership. I'm gonna go ahead and read through this because I don't think we understood this much last year. We just kind of looked at it and went that way. So here's the breakdown on how you gain fans. Hint: it's all about the rating score. To do that, you want to get a high show quality and match card quality scores, as well as have a decent amount of star power and bonuses. Okay. Raising viewership, gaining fans. All of that will be calculated into your rating score, and that will determine how many fans you'll gain with your show. Okay. You can gain fans from shows, promos, advertisement shakeups, and specific match types. The other fan bonus line is reserved for any fans gained from power cards. Okay. Fan change. Yeah. Makes sense. How you earn money. Here's how you earn the big money. The starting cash and show costs. You'll find the network deal. You'll always guaranteed to get this cash no matter how your show did. Okay, so you always get the network payout. Next, you'll see the ticket sales. A portion of your fans will attend the show. How many fans that can attend and how expensive the tickets are depends on the arena of choice. You also have to pay. You also have your ad revenue. All those fans you made are paying off. Okay. Then, of course, we have the social media off to the side. I like how cleaner it looks. It doesn't look as jumbled as it did last year.
I agree.
All right, becoming number one. We are number one. I'm not surprised about that. Your goal, finish ranked 1. If you do that, then you're clearly out to be a GM in this business. Okay. All right. Bastard. Already played a card. What is this one? 2-bit arena. Select an opposing brand who must use a tier 1 arena logistic during next week's show. That's a decent little card. Can't be used the week before a PLE or in week 25. Okay, so essentially you can't make their PLE be enough.
Yeah, a gym.
You can't make it
bingo hall.
ECW.
Can't make it a bingo hall.
Yep. Otis had a costume malfunction during his practice today. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go on tonight unless we fix it ASAP. That's interesting. You have to miss the show tonight. Get the job done on it for 5K.
Interesting. Okay.
Or I know a local tailor who'll do it a restoration for 20K. Huh.
I don't like that it doesn't get, maybe just not on the format on the screen, but can you see how much money you have? Oh, there it is, the budget. Never mind, it's there at the top.
Yeah, budget at the very top. That's interesting.
I like it.
So, and I wonder. So, like, obviously, you can get a rush job done for 5K. So that's going to be less
What
of a.
happens if you do that?
Yeah. Like, does he
say
have
do
a
that
malfunction in the ring?
Do that one.
I hope it holds together. Listen, I had to wipe that smug smile off Bianca's face after that loss. Okay. Oh, I told her no. Oh well. I'm not happy about losing the strap. Here, you can have the first shot back. Huh. Okay. Well, so that's the basic run of it. I think that gives us enough to go off of.
It does.
so we can kind of start next week or this week, Thursday, unless you're
Yeah.
busy Thursday.
I'm good. I'm here.
Okay. So then we will do that. We will start week 1 of 2K24. I was 2K14. Going back in time.
With him, Nikita. We may need to do 7:30, but yeah, I'm here for.
That's fine. I only suggested 7 today just because we had so much to go through and I had the time. So
Right.
usually I try to keep it to 7:30 anyway.
Yeah.
How are you doing on that hard out?
It's crashed. We got time. We got a ton of time.
Okay. Go ahead and back out of this.
Yeah, the hard out went away. She's really tired. Working days is always because she did like orientation today, tomorrow, and Thursday.
Yeah.
So she's up at 5 something, 6 o'clock.
Well, just for giggles, then, do you want to go ahead and start it? And
Yeah, we can at least get this in the draft done. I mean, how are you doing on time? Are you good?
yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Hi, Cody. Still can't hear you.
Right.
All right. So going through them.
Okay, we all knew Lyra and Tatum were not winning. Oh shit, she's just European her like she's Eddie Kingston. Um, so that's apparently her next feud because she just kicked Tatum Paxton in the face.
Um,
Who's it gonna be?
I don't know. Some of the cards are a little harder to pick from this year.
Yeah. If you have Heyman, but you don't pick AEW, you still have women, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay, go back to Regals. I guess I missed that we had Regal.
if you pick ECW, if you pick ECW, you can still draft women. It's just there's no title.
I gotcha, which is dumb, but okay. Okay, it's popularity. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so who's your GM?
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with Eric Bischoff this year.
All right, what show you taking?
You know what? I'm just gonna keep it classic. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
WCW.
Okay.
What are you thinking? Nope.
This may take a minute, so let me run through these. Okay, that one's amazing, but on the rivalries. Next. That's such a good one.
That's insane.
That's such a good one. I mean, you know how much I love Sonya.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to do like me. You don't have to do someone different. You want to stick with Sonya? Stick with Sonya.
Oh, it's Roxanne. I was like, who the fuck is that? It's Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, they're turning her heel.
I'm good with it, actually.
So, no, I'm good with it. I'm just saying that's like there's a couple of backstage things that she's done, and I'm like, who is that? Oh, okay, no, that's just Roxy. She's just like generic bad girl number 3.
She just pulled her into the corner, pulled the padding off of the metal turnbuckle piece, put her arm over it, bounced off the second rope, and stomped on it.
Nice.
That is so pretty. Oh, that's so good. Okay, who's next? Sonya's winning right now. I don't want Steph.
Steering clear of that at the moment.
Yeah. I've had Steph like 3 times. So,
yeah.
I next. That's so big.
That is.
Next. Of Mickles. That's a good one too, but next.
That is.
That's so crazy. Like you could book a $200,000 show and all you're paying for is the fucking arena.
Yeah.
Next.
Well, and I want to say the combo of some of these is insane. Like, if you
Yeah.
did Mickles and you did ECW,
Yeah.
you have a card to knock out 3 people from the show, and you
And
have a
that injury
card to
card.
injure 2 people at the show.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Go back to Williams for a
Oh,
second.
yeah.
All of them. Fuck. Okay. That's a big one too.
Yeah. But with me, it was between these two. Like, I was originally going to go do Breezy just because I've done Woods the entire time, and I think
Right.
but I mean, these two, the cards are good.
Yeah. All right. Is that it? Oh, Teddy.
Yeah, Teddy. Which I do think, like, his should be all tag matches are free. That
Yeah. Or you know, they literally should have it so that if you play this card, the opposing brand, somebody has to face the Undertaker.
someone is going one on one with the Undertaker.
Yes. Like literally that should be the card. That's an amazing one too. Okay. Is that the last one?
And then you can do a custom.
I think I gotta go with Sonya. I gotta go with Sonya.
All right, what brand we
That's
doing?
so yeah. Okay, what are the other shows? The 3 superstars that came to book, like that's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's so big. That one's kind of stupid.
I kind of get it though, coming from the fact that it's supposed to be like this. This is the lower brand, so the
Yeah,
lower brand could get big talent for cheap.
cheaper. I agree. That's so nuts. I want the women's title. That's the only reason I won't take ECW. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. I'm gonna go with NXT.
All right. Do we want to add more people into it?
We can.
Okay.
Do we want to add a third CPU?
Just for giggles?
Okay.
All right. What do we want the AI to be on?
I feel like I'm good with normal.
Okay.
I
Same.
think we're both intelligent enough that we can deal with that.
Mm-hmm. I think we leave the difficulty as well until we get used to the playability.
Do we want to do normal? Do we want to do the first? Because we can do a seat like the first 25 weeks and then start over if we need to.
Yeah.
Do we want to do an easy just to?
Just to get our feet wet.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good with that. How do you want the play order to work this time?
I said do the round robin.
All right. Shakeups on, obviously. We'll do default draft pool for now. Auto draft off. You want to do the new unlocks or the way we did it last year?
Let's do the new one. Let's do it like it is.
Okay.
Social media has been buzzing because it's time for the
Okay, we know that.
WWE draft.
I will tell you from
But
Revolution.
Mhm.
Did you see who's back?
apparently no.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh yeah, no. I did see that. I'm sorry. Um, I've I've got a bit of a problem with it.
Why
So he's not cleared yet,
is he not?
and so you're telling me we'll put another person in around this group that's not going to be able to get in the ring
Oh
yet?
no. Oh no. I think he's breaking up this group.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like we threw someone else that we can't get physical with, and like
Yeah, but the different see the other side of it is the way that played out. First of all, he didn't think he'd be able to wrestle again, so they made it sound like he was cleared. Is he not cleared?
from everything I've seen, he's not.
Interesting. Okay, that's
And
interesting.
that's my only problem with it is because we've already got a guy that's in this group or around this group that is just there as window dressing.
Yeah, that's weird. So I know she probably won't see this, but shout out to our friend Sasha. She's dealing with some shit, and
Yeah. Thoughts with her. Why am I blanking on how to do this? There we go. Today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to give her more time on her Switch, and I could, like, for the life of me, remember how to do it. All right. So we each will start with 3.5.
Yeah, we know how this works.
Yeah.
Who will be the first pick for WCW?
All right. So I'm starting the draft. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and start off with Big E.
With meat.
Big meaty man slapping me. All right. Your pick.
I like it.
I don't want to spend it, but Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
It's undeniable. Cody Rhodes joins the roster.
It would have been good in ECW.
Yeah, he would have.
To start with.
It's me.
Hmm?
It's me.
It's you? Oh,
My
it is you.
turn.
Oh, that's right, because we're doing round robin. Oh, so
Yeah.
right.
Mommy's always on top.
All right.
NXT's Nightmare returns as Rhea Ripley comes home.
She would have done well in ECW too.
Taking her at this point.
As much as I hate her.
Yeah. You get the role model herself.
The 2024 Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah. Put respect on her name. They finally put her on the banner.
Right.
Took them long
He
enough.
took a Duke Hudson. What the fuck? Scroll down for me.
It's me.
Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you. Sorry.
I'm gonna grab Nikki Cross.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Scroll down for me. Give me Io Sky.
Io Sky?
Yeah.
The Genius of the Sky looking for control of this brand.
She has the aggression necessary to reach the next level.
Take Ivy 9.
It's nice. It's a good pickup. Just go to the bottom.
This show is looking good.
Oh. Give me Trick Williams.
Whoop that trick.
Trick Williams bringing the gift of jab to a new brand.
Sonya clearly thinks he might just have what it takes to be a breakout.
I hate that I have to pay attention now. Round robin's fun and all, but I have to look.
Right.
Right.
My turn. Give me Gigi.
Gigi Dolan. Who recently got her hair dyed. It looks amazing.
Is she?
Yeah, she added a little bit of blonde into her,
But not Sonya.
into the streaks.
Okay. Don't take Nikita Lyons. She'll just get hurt again.
I don't mean to laugh at that. That's mean. She does have some of the worst luck, though.
Yeah. Uncle Howdy. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Big
Got
Bronx.
4 versions of Bray in this game after you finish the showcase.
Really?
Yeah. I'll have to get started on that so we can get more people. I'll take Baron Corbin.
Somewhere new. He's got tremendous upside, and this brand will realize it.
She took Logan Paul. Logan Paul would have done well in ECW too.
Mm-hmm. Grab the bobblehead himself.
Not the biggest star, not the highest pick. Set to defy expectations.
There's no chance Jimmy Uso should be more expensive than Jey Uso. Anyway.
Just to make up for the fact that Jay has better rating.
Right. Scroll down for me. Give me Damian Priest. Love what they're doing with him right now.
Mm-hmm.
On NXT, an uphill battle on this show, but he'll do whatever it takes.
All right.
He's definitely looking to impress his new GM.
Here we go.
Give me Zoe Stark. She's still on the board. Took Dom. That's a nice pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him with JD.
Nice.
Alexa Bliss as she is right now would have been done. It would have been amazing in ECW too.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Give me Finn.
And Balor.
Once again, Finn's home. He is a guy you build a brand around.
Let me see what I got here. I've got 3 face, 4 heels, and 3 women. I need another woman, at least. Needs to be a heel. Why not? I'll take Cora Jade.
to a new brand. The brand is taking shape, and this woman is picking her targets.
WWE chooses Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman casting a big
All right, here we go.
on his new show.
He wants to prove he should have been earlier, and I hope he does.
Give me Dijak.
Where was he at? It was.
Feast your eyes on Dijak and a new night.
Sonya making a quality choice with him. He could be big.
Take Ridge, but I like my people healthy.
WCW picks Carl Anderson.
Carl Anderson.
Carl Anderson.
A man with all the upside in the world, in my opinion.
Show me just the women. Scroll down on my roster. Give me Liv Morgan. I didn't realize she was still on the board.
NXT drafts Liv Morgan.
The GM looking to live dangerously.
Oh, I like her on this show. Already some great opponents lined
Yeah,
up.
here we go again.
Me again. Okay. Give me Tiffy.
NXT chooses Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton gets what she wants. Join a new brand.
See this
The
coming
GM
on.
give her a chance to reach new
I was at
heights.
round 11.
The ECW
Oh,
brand
he's
taking
taking
stock of the board. Lots of great talent remaining for WCW. Let's see who
So I
they
got my
pick.
tags. I got my men's, I think. Yeah. Got 4 women. So I need at least 2 more women. Scarlett's officially in the game this year.
That's good.
Actually
She
selectable.
should be.
Well, they did one little mess up on her, and I assume they're going to fix it. Her entrance is just Karrion Kross's entrance. Very interesting fail.
WCW selects Piper Niven.
Piper Niven ready to rush shot through the women's locker room.
She's
All right,
absolute
here we go.
red with a lot of promise.
Scroll down for me on my roster. All right, sort this to the men for me. Change it over. Go down a page. Give me Bronson Reed.
NXT Select.
And that's my last one. I'm done.
Bronson Reed looking to dominate his new show.
You can't deny this guy's fighting spirit.
Regal just made his official TV return. I know he did a little backstage thing, but he's in the arena.
Nice.
WCW Drafts Carmella.
Mel making her new night.
You know Charlie Dempsey's his son,
Yeah.
and Charlie Dempsey won the Heritage Cup last week.
All right. You said you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Oh, son of a bitch. All right. Well, we will have to do that again because it
What
kicked
did
us
you
out.
do?
I didn't do nothing.
Is it just
It did the same thing it did with the first time. It brought us back to the main
It's
main
fine.
page.
We don't need to. We can do it next time.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
That's
we know how it runs though, so
Yep. At least we know somewhat of what we're doing on the draft.
yeah.
All right. Well, with that, push back over here. Nice, pretty little look here. Well, yeah.
Talking shit to his dad, bro.
What's that?
Talking shit to his dad.
Oh, is he?
Interesting.
Cute little thing. Speaking of nepotism, cute little thing that happened on the up down down stream as well.
Mhm.
Becky was talking about how she used to have a problem with like the nepotism. People coming in just because they had a famous dad or famous mom or whoever that worked with the company, and apparently Rue was already like infatuated with the ring, and so she's already thinking like I'm gonna have to get her in here one day.
Yeah.
And so the reason they brought that conversation up is because Cody was sitting there behind her, and they were talking about like his daughter's already like also fascinated with the ring, but he said he met with Jay one day, and Jay's kid like wants to be in the business, which I mean, obviously, because the entire bloodline family
Right.
is on TV right now. He opened it up and he flat out said, yeah, when he's ready to be trained, he will be coming to the Nightmare Factory, and I will make sure they were all aware that he is my favorite. There will be no contest. It will. That's awesome.
That's funny.
All right. Well, I think we're winding down. I'm a little tired. It was about 2:30 in the morning that I got through playing the game, and then turned around and got up at 6 a.m. So, after about 4 energy drinks and like 6 glasses of water, I think I'm ready to go. But anything you're looking forward to wrestling wise coming up?
I don't know. Mania. I'm very torn.
I can understand that. I mean, I assume you're referencing the fact that it seems like we've taken both main events for one story. Um,
I'm thinking it may not be a main event thing though.
I'm hoping not. We discussed that before, and I'd love to open night one with it. I think that'd be fun. As you open at night one, you do whatever turn Rock's gonna do, and then
Even
that's
if you open
eating at
night two
him.
with it.
What's that?
Even if you open night two with it.
Yeah. But it gives a good through line for the rest of the show of it eating away at Roman.
True. I feel like right now that Rhea Becky needs to be the main event night one. Right now, that's
Yeah. I think either that
well.
or
No, I take that back. I'd rather have Io Bailey.
I would too, just for the simple fact of the Rumble. Because that's what it's supposed to be. Is you win the
Yeah,
Rumble and you win the main event of WrestleMania. Um so her getting that first main event and then Cody Roman doing the second main event is the way it should be. They've fiddled with that before. And then they always like play the line of like, well, every match is a main event, and
yeah. No, I definitely think it should be. It should be Bailey Io. I If you open night one with Rock, Roman, Seth, Cody,
Mhm.
then night two should open with Rhea Becky. The second match should be Drew Seth.
Yeah.
Second, third, somewhere in there. So if there's some downtime before we get to Cody Roman.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe, and this is no down for them because they're both amazing performers. I think they should be the mid card match, just because there's not a lot of story to it. We kind of drew because of injuries, because of what happened. We haven't had a lot of build to it
To
to Drew Seth.
Oh, they did Monday.
Yeah, I mean they did a lot of stuff Monday, but I'm just saying like the short time frame that we've had to build this, I'm not as invested in that story because to me he's still hard up for Punk. He's still got that thing going on. That's his main focus.
Yeah.
The title's just kind of like a throw in last minute. I'm gonna take this
Yeah.
from you because you're a junkie. Which that was an interesting way to put that too, of that he's a junkie.
Spotlight Junkie. I liked it though.
Yeah. It was definitely an interesting way for that to go. It was a different way to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird that it's coming so quick. Like it feels weird that Mania is right around the corner.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's definitely gonna be I don't know. I think it'll be good, but at the same time,
So, well, and I think good is the best way to say it because Mania is always good.
yeah.
Like you never walk away from Mania going that was a bad show, but well, except for WrestleMania 2000, that was kind of trash. McMahon in every corner. Who wanted that? Um, but I'm with you. It seems a little lackluster this year. It looks like they're hanging everything on the Bloodline story.
Yeah.
I mean, so much so, like I made the joke of they finally put Bailey on the poster, but like that's a massive oversight. You have this woman who
Absolutely.
won the Rumble and it has a storyline that's good. Like she's been running with this crew for the past couple of years, and now they've kicked her out of it.
She's been running with this crew since SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So not even a year.
Oh, is it not even?
8
It
months.
feels so much longer.
No.
Goodness, it feels so much longer. Um, But either way, like it's a big story, and we just kind of
July. Oh, I'm sorry. July of 22. A year and a half.
yeah,
Year and a half.
and we just kind of like forgot to put her on the poster as
I
the
agree.
person
No,
going
I
for the women's
agree.
title. But and now they're kind of playing like on Monday. I saw them kind of play a little bit with Rhea Io. And so let's not diverge attentions. We still have a women's title match coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Um, but I think it'll be a good show. I'm hoping the rumors I'm hearing are true. That there's a possibility we are going to get a mid card women's title at Mania,
I hope so.
and there has been murmur of possibly a China Battle Royal to determine it, which would make perfect sense if we did a women's IC belt.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
be fun to see. Plus, be a good way. Like they love getting a bunch of people a payday on WrestleMania. That'd be an easy way to get a lot of women a payday. Throw them all in a battle royal. Even make it the pre-show. That's fine. But more people getting paid, the better.
Right. I mean, it's that whole the more the better for everybody.
Yep. I did see a little thing. Last thing I'll talk about, and then we'll wrap it up. I did see a little fight between Corny and Dave Meltzer, which
Okay.
is weird to hear those two argue. It's usually they're both like yelling at the clouds, but um, apparently there's a lot of like people don't like AEW for this reason or that reason, and like one of them was talking about like the stuff that happened with the Darby Allin fight and the sensationalism of it and all that, and they're like this is what people say they don't like it and they prefer WWE, and it's like no, that's not why. Like the Sting thing was a story. Did I like the story? No, but I didn't pick the story either. Um, Sting picked his own person to fight.
He called his own
He
shot.
called his own shot. Um, I don't think it was the most entertaining spot to pick, but it's who he wanted to go out with, and that's fine.
Right.
But that has been the biggest story that they've had in a long while.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so that is my problem. Is I love the wrestling, I love the people, I love the characters. I just need more story. I need more to care about.
Right. And I'm kind of hoping that hire from WWE will help with that.
Yes. Everything I've heard, she apparently worked a lot with Eric Bischoff when he was back with WWE, and he said like she was a powerhouse in the creative field, um, making stories and making sure they followed through and all that stuff. So
Well, and if
between
that, I mean, let's be honest, that's what we're missing. If we have
yeah,
stories that follow through and make sense
absolutely.
and people don't get hurt, sky's the limit for them.
And I do want to say like, and I say this slightly joking, I say this slightly in jest, but whoever has taken away Tony's Twitter, good on you.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that. Because that was my other problem. Stop punching at the sky, man. Stop it. Right now, you are a distant second. You are second, but you're a distant second. Stop trying to, the old term. Stop trying to box God. It's not working right now. We beat NXT. Okay,
You beat their third show.
yeah.
Good for you.
You beat developmental. Great job.
The
Appreciate
only
it.
reason you didn't beat somebody that you got you got 3 out of 4.
Yeah. Well,
Normally you're 4 out of normally you're 5 out of 4. So calm down.
and then that one that backfired when he was like, the only way they could beat us is they had John Cena and the Undertaker show up on NXT. That should tell you something though. They brought two big names that didn't even do anything on the show.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, "Deuces, I'm out. I'm gonna go watch that show."
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I just after talking to Mark Henry about him too, I was like, okay, that tracks.
Yeah. Speaking of John Cena, he had an interview here recently, which hesitant to talk about him, but they asked him what's his favorite world title win, and he said his next one.
I saw that.
So maybe teasing that he's gonna try to go for one more before he's done. Which I'd be okay with him tying the record. Don't beat it, but I'm okay with you tying it.
I honestly, because of how little he's wrestling now, because isn't Randy at 16?
Randy, I believe, is 15 right
Is he?
now. Yeah. But now they've added, like, since Rick's went over to the AEW, they've added like 5 more to his records. I'm not sure that counts anymore. And it was fun seeing him get super kicked in the face. And then just corpse.
I was so happy with that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm sure you're ready to wrap it up too. But hope you like our new digs. Whoever watches this,
I like the new setup. You did a
Yeah.
really good job with it.
took me a few days to do it and figure out how to do the neon gimmick.
I like it.
That's all handmade by me. So
Well done.
and I forgot I made that logo, the Kicking Out 2 logo up there at the top. I have that labeled as Kicking Out at 2 Sweet.
Nice.
So I forgot I made that logo. We no longer have our socials down at the bottom, our personal socials, but you can grab all of our stuff down here where it says join us. That's all of our channels. I did take the Facebook
It's
off
over
as
there.
well because I don't know, new people don't do, like, young people don't do Facebook anymore. And that's kind of just our friends anyway. So,
Right.
but you can catch us down there below. All of them are Kicking Out at 2, except for Twitter, which is Kicking Out 2 PC. So definitely join us on those. This will be uploaded to YouTube later today. So if you catch us on YouTube, please follow us over on
Right.
Twitch. The more people get over here on Twitch, the better it is. Following is free. So all you gotta do is just click the follow button. That's all you gotta do. If you do want to subscribe to us, one way to get a free subscription to a Twitch channel, in case you don't know, is if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch subscription. So if you wanted to spend that on us, we would be honored.
Right.
But with that being said, he, she's, theys, and gays, I appreciate your time. Thank you for spending your time with us. This has been Kicking Out 2 Plays. I am Michael. With me, as always, is my best friend Tori, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye.